one of the, if not the coolest and best metal drummer today.
I have to admit, his drumming is the main source of inspiration for me. Basically, I can do anything. It's great to have somebody like Eloy help us to bring us to the next level. We grew up together.
Every day I was totally wasted. At the end, you know, I couldn't do like shit after that. Specifically working with Jens, it's even more. Sometimes I was caught thinking about too much in technical aspects and I was not thinking about music anymore. He would stop recording and say, hey, you're not thinking about music, you're not giving yourself. And I was like, yeah, he's right. I was just thinking about like notes. To go back and give more of myself. Jens, he really wants to take everything that you have in a good way. You create a different reality, you know, it comes like, I don't know, it's a special place, but tough.
This discussion with my assistant. Do I need to try to stop him? Should we perhaps save him from himself? But on the other hand, I think that what Eloy is performing is beyond what any other band or metal band is doing. I wouldn't forgive myself if I tried to take that away from the album.
Wow, a typical day in the studio, it's a long day. It's quite tough. It's quite tough to be in the studio. I have to say that's not my favorite place to be.
Good day to you, sir.
Please don't use cuss words in the studio.
I think the creativity of Eloy's drum style is not like any other, so this is something he brings in. His personality and his style of playing drums is just so unique in a way that you never know where it's going to go. He's always challenging himself. We're so grateful and thankful to have somebody as talented as Eloy, who always pushing himself to go further.
I'm going to kick his ass when I come back to Brazil, to make my life hell. Now the new challenge is to play all this stuff live. It's going to be tough.
We'll try one more.
Kid never stays in the band. Like Bugs Bunny.
And then we have this riff that we currently known as Heavy Fuck.
Thank you.
I think we nailed it. It's really good.
Jens, he really knows what is going on about feeling and energy stuff.
last one, Machine Messiah, was received quite well, I think. I love that album personally. This time we're gonna try to elaborate some of the ideas that we had for that one. Trying to make an album that is more brutal, more everything. Well, so fuck it. So, well, I better get prepared.
Since we finished the Machine Messiah album, I think we started thinking what comes next. What are we gonna do? The music just appears in your body, you know, it comes to your mind. There is no specific explanation how that happened in
personal but professionally, you know, musically. We try to challenge each other. It's cool we go to that point, you know, like trying to, I don't know if I can do that. And it's exciting, you know, for the music. It's very energetic, it's very alive. You try to explore and to break our limits.
I knew that there was gonna be some serious drumming going on. On this album, he's really tried to step up his game. The drumming is intense, it's amazing. It's probably one of the most drum-intense metal albums of all time.
First of all, Elon is the softest and most humble guy ever. Sweetheart. The type of guy you actually would like your daughter to marry. That's the type of guy. I love that guy. But as a drummer, merda! Won't make it go
I don't think so much people has a chance to watch Eloy play drums, you know, like there for you 10 hours a day, no filters. That guy is just out of this world. What can you say? Eloy Casagrande is killer.
Oh, valeu, velho.
No, no, valeu. Shirtless hug, no.
Valeu aí, velho. Valeu, velho. Valeu, obrigado.
Philosophy is to not tell drummers what you play, because I don't want to have things sitting in their head while they play.
Right now, this end tom downfall thing, free tempo, is just happening a little too out of nothing, so to speak. It would probably be nice to, before you did a tom fill going into that. I think that would probably be good to still try to do. But yeah, I'm not a fan of putting too much info in a drummer's head, because that never really turns out great. So forget everything I said and see what you come up with, alright? Let's try. Now we're gonna change the snare and try one more time with a different snare, the whole song. I'm kidding. Alright, good, thank you. Lunch, Eloy. Soon. Soon lunch will come to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Sometimes when I was playing, I got tired of the steak. I just wanna go out of the studio and eat something, and he would stop and say, hey man, I think you're not thinking about music. Maybe you're just thinking about what you're gonna eat for lunch. Oh, okay, great, now you can read thoughts. And this actually happened, so...
Derek wasn't prepared.
Do you want to have 2 hours, 3 hours off?
No, for me I just need like 1 hour, should be okay, should be fine. I prefer to do it as soon as possible, you know.
It doesn't wear you down to play the double kick drum for that long?
No.
Of course not.
The album is so drum intense and heavily played.
There's no room for percussion.
Exactly, I haven't thought of a single
I know.
part. You know.
He is so consistent. I've never seen anybody be so precise. Like every hit on the drum is exactly the same power as the one before. I'm blown away by this guy. Absolutely amazing.
It's about the details.
But it was a good observation, just wrong.
Just wrong.
Is it the most difficult thing on the album, or
I think so, I don't know.
or medium? Maybe one more time?
One more, 6 times.
It's always one more. Yeah, I find that pretty enjoyable. Feels better now. You like it?
Almost. I never thought about getting better on something or being better than I was. Because I believe in each moment that you're living or you're making music or playing an instrument, you are the best that you have. You are the moment that you have. You're just being yourself. I believe that's the moment that you can express yourself the most. Try to bring more impact. You have to be at the technical limit and also the spiritual limit. You have to give 100% of yourself every take. Not feeling it. quite difficult. I'm not a blast beat dude, you know? That's not my kind of stuff.
And finally I wrote something that he was very difficult for him to play, you know, which was, wow. It was like a 1-0, you know, let's say. I'm ready.
Not shy, mate.
Oh, it's karaoke.
Oh, it's fucking karaoke night.
That's karaoke night.
Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying
Do you have any like David Attenborough spoken things we can put on this, perhaps?
And the best, in the end, is claimed by the most powerful male, who will defend it against any intruder.
Oh, hey, hey!
Satan is real.
Well, I think that. Fuck yeah, Eloy! You nailed the motherfucking drums, yeah! Woo! Fuck yeah, yes! Woo!
Don't fuck it up, guys. When I hear the mix and the master for the first time, it's just an amazing feeling. For all that we went through, all we did, the time that we spent together, that's what we get. It's fantastic because it's a collaboration of so many people, so many different ideas. That's really great, man. That's really a great moment. Just play a few notes, Paulo.
Yeah.
It's a very complex record. It was supposed to be the other way around. We're getting old and play less, but we're stepping up. We're doing everything wrong, and it feels good. Everybody's on the prime right now. Everybody's feeling that, so.
Desperate for the day, craving for the high, denying the addiction. It rules my life, want to disappear.
Don't think about so much. Just get up, have some food, just go in, start to warm up, and get ready for Mr. Jens. When you do stuff like in São Paulo, as we've done before, things get out of hand a little bit because of the traffic. You already get into the studio totally stressed. Here, basically sleep inside the studio, and it's basically 24 hours there. Makes life easier.
You say we'll make it go away, killing by myself. I'm not here to stay. Already crossed that line. Lucky I'm alive. Climbed out from the bottom.
The metropolis of Örebro.
Closer every time. I'm the one who saved me.
This is our favorite place in Örebro. Of course, beside the studio that we love so much. This is the hangout area, the party time. We come here every day to shop and get stuff. Let's get some caviar because it's very cheap here. Shit is expensive in Brazil. Maxi. Now I forget what I have to buy. Goddamn Dave. Uncle Ben's right. Italiane. die. The little baby Peter. Come here. And different smells going on at the same time. It smells good.
Oh yeah, I like it.
This song is a bitch.
Should I call Robert Trujillo to help me out?
This is the calm song. I need to get to the acid vibe. I'll have a time for a beer. How's my hair, dude?
It's different from 2016. It was a lot shorter then.
This?
I want to see you as
Watch you dive.
fine.
I'm watching you. And then there's a lot of parts in this one. Doesn't seem to be as complicated. Let's not jinx that. So far, so good.
Going for the Nobel Prize of string muting, yes. Here goes. I didn't fuck up, I don't know about you.
This type of string muting, that's the secret behind the Norwegian true black metal sound. It's actually how one of the members of Mayhem died. He was tangled up in the bass and the others just kept playing.
Today we started at 6 in the morning. It was very early and I had the break. Pick it up around 11 o'clock tonight. The only thing that I know, it's like I've been sleeping for about 3-4 hours a day, so I'm just a little anxious. I'll sleep when the job is done. I'm gonna have to do a shistu. That means I'm gonna be off for 24 hours.
The most important thing, if you want to be the assistant of a big studio, you know, make it big name, the most important is that you know to use this tool. Follow me. You see?
Black magic portion. I'm gonna go grab a coffee. Ah, it smells like victory. I want you to play the bass everywhere. Vortex. No faster.
No?
Not for those ones that need to be fresh. What? I bring a lot of trouble for this band. A lot of work, man. The most that I've done ever. This record is something else. The new challenge is gonna be to reproduce all of this live.
We played together for 35 years. I can see the evolution of Paulo since day one, that he was not very comfortable in the studio, he didn't record some albums, and then slowly he got his confidence working with great producers that really made him feel better in the studio and made him more confident.
it's a challenge for him in the studio. It's not the easiest place to be, and to feel comfortable in doing what he's doing, to really place your emotions down into the music while being there. It's a completely different state of mind, and it's not something that a lot of people can do. Each album's becoming more and more difficult as far as the music itself that's being written, but at the same time it's becoming easier, I think, for him to go in and to do what he has to do. I have to applaud him for really pushing at it. I admire his ability to not quit. No matter how difficult the situations may be, it really comes down to what Paulo really wants.
Still have the chance to travel, play live shows. For me, it's what I enjoy the most. To be able to see new cultures, new places. I love that. If you like Machine Messiah, definitely you're gonna like this one for sure. It's a step up. I'm gonna punch somebody.
Give up. I've been doing this for a long time, met a lot of people, worked with a lot of people. I guess you find your way of handling the human being, you know, not necessarily the bass player. That's unique for each person. Everyone is different. Paulo basically has to play all these really difficult thrash riffs on the bass, which is not an easy task. We have some fantastic low end on the album.
I never really enjoyed to be in the studio. You know, I still practice, still try to prepare to be ready for the studio. Every time I get stuck somehow.
This mic a little bit. He's more of a live guy for sure. That's nothing he tries to keep a secret either.
Dive is not working. Just going through all the songs and fixing the wrong notes that I was playing. Yeah. It has to be done. And I'm very slow to. Supposedly was supposed to be to correct things. You know, sometimes it takes me a while to understand. Patience is the key with Paulo. Be patient, yes. Yeah. Go to bed and try to sleep and keep waking up, looking up at the clock. Am I late? Am I late?
Start of a rebirth without limitations. Leave it all to begin.
Morning, Dave.
Face to face with who we are and what we did.
I use my reference here. I have a video of Alemão Andreas playing. Sounds perfect in a garage band. Wanna go in there? It'll sound like shit. It's very nice, you know. He has a very particular way to work.
I have to go and take a shit.
Alright. A lot of details. Nothing escapes from him. Not even a single noise. So it must be perfect every time.
Cool, one more time. Okay. Let's give me one more take on this.
It's a little out of pitch, this one. Let's take you in on the slide in. I want more sound there. More sound. I think we need to come down deeper before you go. A little too fast. One more time. One more time. One more time. Yeah, one more time. Yeah, it could be more sexy on the up bringing. Yeah, one more time.
2 billion and counting.
Plus Swedish tax.
Oh.
And still counting.
Slide, Paolo. Quick slide. Quarter note slide. One more time. Sounding good. One more time. Yeah. One more time. Yes.
One take polo. Ooh, finally, something.
I need to find different approaches for each person. Make sure they stay focused, but also stay hungry. I think that I usually succeed in that. If I don't, I'll just play it myself. I don't have to use that. So you're supposed to play. Now we move straight to the last chorus. Okay. The same piece of ass kicking stomp fucking riff.
Until the nightmare comes.
I had it 5 minutes ago, but I just wanted to see you in pain.
Great.
Master, the boss.
Or rehearse it a little bit.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, but up.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, no, but it's feel the form.
There's still a kick there that's killing me. How do you want me to do this?
Yeah, a little too random, perhaps.
Saving my ass.
I live for this.
Don't make me think too much. If I think too much, I fuck it up. Yeah, I think so.
Nice. Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, one more time. No, yes, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, it fits in a weird, unfitting way.
Do it again.
And then you go deep.
Yes,
there you have it. You did it. You just need to restart the cycle there. Bada 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 bada. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's weird. It's
Yeah. It is. One more time.
tune, yeah! I don't know how to explain. Sometimes comes out easy, sometimes don't. Those guys are gonna hate me forever. Sorry, Fee. You?
What?
Are you muting me?
Follow that lick going into the next part.
I don't know what to do.
We'll figure it out. Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Have you ever been crazy, Paolo?
I'm crazy by nature. Something like that, no?
I wasn't completely crazy.
Oh, you want crazy? Crazier than that?
I want completely crazy.
Alright.
This is the sex take.
It was. Like that? Something like that.
I think we have good stuff here. Yeah, fuck yeah, nailed it!
Sounds cool.
First song.
They need to know how to deal with Paolo. Paolo the Strange.
Constrained by corruption, lineage will let us die.
Drive the producers crazy. Sorry about that, Jens. I know.
I think that Paulo is such a great character. Fantastic to be around, and he always has a story. He lives the life that no one else does, really. I really love him.
I feel myself like I complete the rest of the guys. The last piece of the puzzle.
Use that, not look back.
But he's done a great job, especially this time around, because it's hard work and it's not that forgiving.
A lot of work after the record is done to relearn the whole thing, but we'll do it.
Complicate things, Andreas.
Yeah, Andrea. Bye. Here's my resignation letter. Fuck you, I'm not doing this live. What do you think?
We were constantly waiting for the easy songs. They never came.
Next record, man, I promise you, we're gonna pay off. Do the whole record in 1 week.
And definitely today is a better musician than ever, you know, and on his career. I mean, he's doing an amazing, fantastic job on bass with Jens, talking about Sepultura bass, which was always kind of simpler and going more with the groove. Now he's following more the guitar. The music is asking for something like that. His bass playing is better than ever.
With communicating and time, I think we all learn a lot being together. Paulo, it's great to see him grow in ways that I never imagined.
Heavy metal bass on the top. I'm very happy. It's gonna be a tremendous record. Something else, you know, something that I never personally experienced before in my career. I basically can't wait till February to see the release and the people's comment on it.
respect our past, and we build our future according to what we do today. I feel privileged to have a band like Sepultura, to expand my musical abilities and possibilities, working on the songs for QUADRA. It's mind-blowing. To be honest, I never really expected us to get to this level. It's the most difficult album I ever recorded in my life, for sure, and I'm very happy with that. I go inside and really try to explore and be influenced by ourselves, by myself, and try really to do better. I challenge myself as a guitar player. Each one of us in the band did the same. That's why this album is so special, and I think for sure it's the best stuff that we ever did. That's what keeps me going on, you know, these challenges, this beauty of art and music. I know when I put myself to write for Sepultura, it's a different place, you know, it's a different atmosphere, it's a different world. I put everything here. What keeps me going, keeps the fire going. Everything. I really wanted to write something that could top Machine Messiah and be better. Machine Messiah was well received and of course created this pressure for the next one, which is very healthy, I think. But I felt that very early. You feel pressure if you're not ready, if you're not prepared. We are prepared. We came here prepared to do the best that we could. Eloy Casagrande joining the band helped a lot. A drummer who can bring everything to the band. He helped everybody really to bring Sepultura to a different level. We fight the people they prey on. I'm trying to do the same with my guitar playing, to do stuff that I never did before, with the acoustic, with the leads. It's great to work with Jens on that respect because he's very creative.
So I figured that we were gonna check out some gear today, get a setup going.
But I still have my guitar here, right?
What do you mean, dude? Didn't you bring your guitars?
Remember I threw my guitar away?
Piece of shit! No, you did not!
We should rescue that, man.
Swedish water preserves stuff, that's for sure.
I believe it.
Let's go.
There we have it.
Such a brave Jens.
Here it is.
I believe it's
Let's do
still,
Still around, yeah.
5 strings. All right, we have guitar for an album.
Well, we had a great time actually recording guitars. The most successful thing this time was probably
The best, in the end, is claimed by the most powerful male, who will defend it against any intruder.
So we should try to keep it close, because they're gonna try to come in and find their home.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
That it can destroy whole species, whole environments.
That was close. He was well prepared. There are some challenging songs. This time was perhaps even easier than last time because by now we know each other very well. Our strengths and, well, for me, and weaknesses, that's for him.
How are your ears doing?
Sorry?
How are your ears doing?
It's official. There were no easy songs.
No.
Do you have any process, or you just don't think about it too much? You just keep going on with it?
Well, I do a shitload of drugs. Then I try to find my next inner universe. Once I'm completely fucking stone-faced like this, then I proceed. If you give me a moment to try to make the best out of each pair and combination,
Okay.
you can come in with a fresh ear and have a listen.
That's the nice way to say fuck off.
But
I fear that I'm gonna curse myself
Do it, man. You said you want to be evil.
to different guitars.
It's gonna be hell.
Not too shabby, Andreas.
Right.
The language of love.
Jens was late.
When I came in, he was still having his breakfast, so fuck off.
Late. 8:05, 8:06.
It was
came.
8:04. You know I'm right.
Oh, you're not.
And you hearing about some dick in your mouth with the improvement
perfect.
playing.
And look, Jens' yard. Oh yes. Shame.
It's the Amazon.
Hey Jens, we're trying to rest here, so don't make too much noise with your family over there. Hear my hand for your sound. I'll play anything, anywhere, and just put it on the right place.
One time.
I have my root here. T, tuning, playing. T, tuning, playing.
I don't know if it's the chair that starts to look like you or you that starts to look like the chair. Groundhog Day. Let's do it again.
I'm kind of lost.
Nah, I don't like the. Alright, one more time. One more time. Not better than what we have. Almost too nice. One more time. Nope. One more time. Nope. Possibly. Has a personality, this take. I like it. One more time. Oh, big yawn. You made it.
One take, kisser?
Get serious, Andreas.
I am serious.
Basically, we recorded everything to tape, live in the studio, and mostly it's just one take.
You don't know you're being filmed, right?
Let you know later here, depending on how things proceed here, we'll do some interviews. The most challenging thing about this recording compared to the previous one was probably that perhaps... fuck. Ah, fuck. I lost it there. Sorry. That's not right. So this time around, we wanted to dig a little deeper into our souls. We worked really hard, many hours, sore hands, a lot of string changes, some heavy riffing.
To a studio we worked before with the producer we know very well. We're flowing. This is the time to perform and the time to shine. So hopefully Paolo and Derek don't fuck it up now.
I'm here to do that.
It's August, it's very warm, you know, we can really enjoy not only the studio but outside and put our heads a little bit away sometimes. But we always have like a very definite direction, knowing what we want to do. The number 4, the name QUADRA, it helped us to channel all these possibilities into one project. Nothing is for granted. We work very hard, we work with a lot of passion. We put everything on our music, and I think that's why we relate to so many people around the world. We're still here jamming and enjoying what we do. Here in the studio really to try out things and make sure stuff works the best for the song. I'm so happy with everything that's going on with this album. That's gonna be something very powerful, even for a Sepultura fan that are used to have something different on every album that Sepultura brings.
The album is very complex. I know that we say that in many of these interviews, but it is the truth. But I don't think that that was anything they were trying to do. They really challenged themselves this time around. I think they just started to realize how damn complicated this album actually is, in terms of everything, basically.
And Jens is a fantastic producer who really understands what Sepultura is all about today, what we want to achieve with this album. So he's a great ally that we have to portray that.
I think the song would be better if we had a little bit more of a graspable format to it.
There's a lot of information there that is related to the song later.
Possibly.
Here I imagine the choir actually singing lyric all the time. I mean, yeah, ultimately it's your song, but it doesn't speak to me. It's never done since I heard it. Sometimes you need to kill a darling. I'm pretty sure that no one would miss it. So
Yeah.
For me, it takes away what I think is the essence of the song. Since I heard it the first time, I understand that you're coming from a different perspective of the song, of course. I have to share my feeling for it.
Of course.
I think that intros are important. It sets the tone and will define if people are gonna like the song a lot. And I fear too many people are gonna think this is too far out.
Faltou uma.
Fatuma, what's that?
It's missing one. That's exactly what it's saying.
But that's perfect.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
It is. I think it's better like this.
okay,
Plus, we also get the bonus of him actually saying that's missing one.
that's great.
And then we kept it.
Thank you, Jens.
These small things, Andreas.
Faltou uma. Now I get it. I don't know, I just gave you 2 parts that we took out, man. Don't push it.
We played Massive? Oh, we never did play Massive.
Never.
That's crazy.
Weird.
You should play that song. But you deal with pressure working, facing the problems, facing the pressure. Oh, I do it tomorrow. No, it's now. It's very enjoyable. Once you're done, it's like an amazing feeling of achievement. We're very used to that pressure and we welcome that. Without Machine Messiah, QUADRA wouldn't be possible. So Machine Messiah is really the core of what we're doing today. And I think we are achieving that. I have acoustic solo piece, which is very challenging as well. But it's great, That's what I asked for. You're not complaining.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I metal.
This is more metal than you think, man.
Nothing left to offend. It's been said, all been done.
Yeah, I was supposed to be Jens Bogren for a day and record guitars. The last time I was mainly assisting on everything, so this time it was really cool to actually record some stuff. I'm so focused on just getting the best take out of every situation, so when I look back to it, of course it's special to record Andreas.
The rest sounds fucking great.
Yeah.
Who needs Jens?
Yeah.
You can post that.
Like, yes, my vision.
Yes. Director's cut.
Yeah, don't post that. Don't post that. Productions presents.
There's no Productions.
Ja, kissa.
You can post that.
Born in America with Andreas Kisser.
There's a lot of riffs on the song.
Yes.
I've been waiting for a shoe like you.
You can use that.
Yes, Örebro, we're back.
Apparently. Don't post that.
Miami.
Bruce Lee movies and shit.
Record that, but never use it.
Delete it.
You have to delete that, David. Andreas is a man of great emotion. He has a temper. I love that, you know, being able to get reactions and use that into the production. You want this part to feel aggressive, all you have to do is to tease him a little bit and he will get the most aggressive guitar take of all times.
You curse.
Fuck you, caralho, puta.
Are you talking to me? What the fuck do you want, Tom? Let's do this fucking shit. So when do you want to start? Oh, caralho. Caralho! Yeah, I remember I was a little pissed off about some notes that I was not getting right.
Oh, he still brings a lot. He's the main writer. Basically, all the ideas that comes from him. I basically adapted myself into his new approach and ideas. You know, he's the main guy. Uncle Ben's right.
Discipline that he has as far as practicing and having the mechanics to create. At the same time, there's so many different elements of thrash and classical. The fact that he is the only guitarist in the band, it helps push him in a way to create something that he's never done, and also brings out a side of his ability to play.
Holy shit! I always bring something very detailed. With that direction, it's much easier to build something because like all comes from the concept. When we need to decide to use something, I mean, what the concept is asking for.
Woo! Big chunk of the album.
You know, it's always good to finish a phase. I think it's the most difficult part of all.
Oi, mate. Are there any sports you're not good at?
I'm not good, I'm just lucky. Ooh, I'm good. Yeah.
In the past, people were only seeing a glimpse of that. Now, it's coming to a fuller spectrum of what his abilities are and what he's able to do. Being able to put more of his personality into the music, it's still growing with that, and this is so great to be around, and it's so exciting to see.
You're always looking for something different to do with our music. More than 30 years, you know, we're still going after new things. I think this is the concept of art, that you create some type of atmosphere and situations to talk about serious stuff or to talk about what your thoughts are, your point of view. And I play guitar.
David knows that he's soon gonna get it.
Things that have an impact on my life that I feel. That way the lyrics are more truthful for what's being written. You try to keep it focused and to write around that theme. There was an endless amount to write about, things that are actually important to everyone, even if they don't think or feel that they're important. They really are. Stay a lot more in shape before going in to do vocals. It's not so easy to be in a stationary position to scream your head off. So I've been going on these runs, coming out here, and this is kind of my turning point at the crossroads. It's really good to just really clear my head about anything that's going on, to get into a state of mind and preparation for going in to do these vocals. The environment that we're in now, it's great for us to be very focused and all the time be thinking about, with this album, you know, with the artwork, with the theme. And I think with Jens, he really can adapt to the group and really help in many ways and expanding the ideas that we already have.
This album we're talking about everything because QUADRA really have that possibility. For Derek is the same. I think he's exploring more than ever his great capability of being a musician and a singer. That's why we brought him to Sepultura back on Against, because we felt he had so much potential, not only guttural or screaming, but also singing and having emotions and everything else that a singer has to pass to the audience.
He's the new guy still. The fact that he's not only a screamer, but he's a singer as well. So he has the range of voice that completes. Definitely can experience more stuff with him.
I think Derek's a more balanced musician and writer. He's writing better than ever. Derek is a very unique person. He's at the top of his game. We feel we are at the top of our game, you know, as a band. It's a great partner.
Having physical and the state of mind very clear, working together, I think it's a difference that will have an impact on the album. We're creating something that we feel is better than what we've done before. As an artist, this is important to evolve, to move forward, to try new things. Coming together with Jens, there's the other process of really stripping it down, getting another opinion, which is fantastic to have. That's the blessing of having a good producer who can actually bring that element to the table. I learn a lot from that. I like to hear another point of view. I think it's necessary for me. I like to work together. Prove me wrong, Jens. Let's do it.
I think that you should stay on the core rhythm. Nice. Yeah.
That's the idea.
It's like a rock opera.
Instead of I don't need this, we do the I don't want this, and then we do the can't help myself.
Okay.
Because that line sings so much better. A lot of drama on that second line.
I fucked it up.
Absolutely not. That's exactly what we have there. It's too nice. This is just a note change. We want the attention. Lost souls travel free. So I just want to make sure that we catch what was good on the demo and improve what can be improved. You may think you're gonna do like that, but I see your point. But not like that. I will die. I want to hear at least one yeah on this album.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, of course we need that.
Okay.
It's catchier to maintain the core.
Well, let's see.
Rhythm.
Let's try it.
Fucking epic.
Working with Jens was such an incredible experience the last time. We felt very connected. We could really move in a direction different from last time, but also with the same work intensity.
Yeah, but Mr. Green, I have a very good feeling about this.
Jens, you know what I got for the first time before?
No?
You actually saying one more time to yourself.
Some people, when they arrive, one more time. Some musicians, when they enter the studio, you could sense that they are perhaps not completely themselves, or a bit of nervous, or quite the opposite with some of the Sepultura guys. It feels like they're really coming home when they enter the studio.
To refer to is something significant that really helps in our process. Right now we're going through each song piece by piece, so when it comes to the recording process, it'll be much easier to flow through the songs and do the recording, and not second guess ourselves, to have everything really mapped out The last thing I want to do is waste my voice. Oh my God. I was screaming my guts out. Oh my God.
Stand for the day. All the chances fade away. Let's try that. 3, 4. Same notes, but with less notes. With more.
Really here to stay.
Finding a note.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Jens, we start with this number 7. It's so straightforward.
Yeah, do you have one of those
I
somewhere?
think there's a growl. I don't know. I think I had it here.
Yeah, I could deal with that.
Okay. All right.
We're getting somewhere.
It's nice.
Yeah.
One more time.
Repeat, repeat, repeat. Up comes a double chorus. And we cannot repeat that 4 times or I will shoot myself in the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah. And let's try to get that with a little...
That was rhythmic. Self! Get out myself!
Something like that.
I don't want...
And by hardcore, I mean not that rough hardcore. More a little cleaner hardcore.
Got it.
Little higher.
I don't want this suffering!
Something like that, yeah. Punky hardcore. Like a lot of notes. Oh, you say, well, make it go away. Little bit, you know.
Oh, you say.
Almost, but not.
Damn you, yes.
Okay, even cleaner.
Okay. Left behind with nothing else.
Yeah. Pushed would be nice.
Appear before it. Appear before it.
2, 3, 4.
Feel for it, invader. Feel for it. Feel for it. I'm feeling for it, invader.
Build is like it's a word that so short it gets a little bit closed. I'm after here to have as many vowels as possible for it to flow better. Short, like our Earth, and the next one is our salvation.
Yes.
Because I think that could possibly be cool. Yeah, catchy thrash.
We've sold our souls. Sold our souls. Lance, I'll pay attention more to it. You know, pronunciations.
Sepultura can do that, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
We have it.
Damn you! Oh shit! It comes much later. Lance! Oh shit! Okay. It's where we all come from. Blood. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Good enough. Another thing that I really like about Sepultura is humor. It's a laugh working with him, really. Derek has a outstanding job as a comedian once the music career might be over.
I decided now we're gonna do it in here. We're gonna use this microphone. This is a dynamic SM57. It's a Shure microphone made by the company called Shure. Yes.
Are you sure?
Testing the microphone. Check, check, check. It is hot. Whoa.
See what you got for me, Derek.
All right.
Derek.
Got a microphone here. I guess this will work. It's broke, Jens. You broke it, Lance. Oh, yeah. Yep, feeling it. Yeah. More cowbell than the solo, please. Cup of tea, mate. Oh, that was a burp. Let me get a towel. Done. Yes. Run the ballpark.
All
I
right.
hope you got that. Some extra stuff, you know, to layer the tracks. G'day, mate.
Okay, let's try this.
Okay.
What's that?
It's my support ball. Support ball. Gonna help me through the studio time. I got shot. Robot malfunctioning. Going down. I speed hot fire. Okay. Gonna sing the whole album this way. You don't know me. You don't know me. There's no way I'm just started off being kind of cheesy, and I was like, that cheese is good. My life.
Yes.
It's a cold day in hell. Lock you down for life, yo.
That was quick and easy.
You know, use the power of shutting up a little bit.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime. It's everything. I think that'll fit in there quite lovely.
No!
Yeah, Jens. Come on, Lance. Get it on.
Are you gonna help me with this, Derek?
I feel good about that. I don't know why I'm speaking in the microphone with champagne on the side. Like, all right, this shit worked.
Or
like, I can't believe what the fuck were we thinking.
I can feel now, at the end of these days, that I remember why I usually don't do this, like go through all the songs, because the brain just feels like fucking spaghetti.
I wonder if they could hear that.
I think that when I heard the demos, I could feel there were a lot of new directions that we could go, especially vocals. So not only implementing perhaps more tone in his grunt voice, but also some other parts with actual clean singing as well.
This was something that was exciting to go into, to have all that preparation and just kind of put everything together, considering that we've been here before and working with the end, so everything just seems to be fitting into place. Okay. This is such a pleasant reminder of how civilization can be, especially from being here. You have a sense of that, where you feel that people understand what's happening, knowing that everything is connected, everything that they do. I'm in a learning process. It still hasn't stopped. It's fantastic to be a part of something so beautiful here, to be around such open-minded people. I tried my best to filter it. For such a long time on something you put your heart and soul into, it's hard to describe. But as an artist, it's something that you search for. You want to communicate to people and you want to have that feedback. It makes what we do so enjoyable to have that positive feedback. And I think even the negative feedback helps a lot too, in order to help push us forward, in order to get better at what we're doing.
comes to my own part in this production, I guess I don't really think about it too much. Since I do not only production tasks but also actual recording tasks and later mixing tasks, I will be in every little DNA of this album. Good or bad, not for me to say.
I'm trapped dealing with the outside, let me out. I'm trapped on the inside, let me out. Lost fighting with the pain.
When you're in production, it is really hard to climb out of the bubble and see the album for what it really is. That usually sinks in a little later. Right now, this album feels like it's more of everything.
Never getting too comfortable. I have to push myself a little bit outside of the box, which is what I like. Being around such talented people is such a blessing in many ways. You know, I feel that it can do so much more to bring things that are very real to the music that we're creating. Be able to look back and say that I attempted many things that I never imagined could happen. I persevered over a lot of challenges and difficulties that present themselves.